much better. I mean, does it hold a candle to EG when they're playing against someone like Most Wanted?
Yeah, I think Panda definitely stands a better chance of taking these guys down than Most Wanted, I think.
Yeah.
You know, besides the fact that they just played and beat them, they just seemed like they had more coordination as a team. And coming back from a 2-0 deficit, I don't see Most Wanted as a team that's going to do that, but Panda obviously just proved that they can.
Yes, and we're seeing Ninja, unfortunately, seeing that Overshield go out of his way, but I believe that's Goofy, who possibly fell off the map with Overshield. I'm not sure if he got killed or fell off, but it did look like he actually suicided off the map, so not sure if he grabbed Overshield, but I'm pretty certain that is gone now. Ninja getting a nice kill over on Gabriel, trying to contest for Pit. That was Cloud who was taken down, and Pit goes in favor of Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, I mean, Ninja was phenomenal right there, pushing back 2 players in a 2v1 situation and then finishing off one of the kills there. So Ninja doing a great job, applying a lot of damage here to Panda Gaming, just sitting in this turbine area and constantly fighting several different members of Panda.
Yeah, doing a ton of damage, and Roy getting a little greedy, pushing over towards the blue base, but I guess I wouldn't consider this greed, seeing how the opposing team pushed over towards red base. So it's one of those things that generally in Empire Strongholds, if an enemy team is at either red or blue base, you generally push to the closest base. There's no point in pushing all the way over from red bend all the way back to blue bend to defend when you can just steal their own base.
Right, yeah, I mean, you see bases traded all the time in this game, and it's really when you see those giant margins of victory is when it's a situation kind of like this, when Evil Genius is able to set up at both bases and contest. So Stellar is doing a fantastic job with the saw over at red base to pick up several different kills. Roy was distracting for a while here over at blue base, so they are able to stop the bleeding a little bit here, but until they're able to capture another, or until they're able to capture this pit hill, it's still going to be Evil Genius's game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Ryan does in this situation. It seems like he obviously knew there was somebody near blue bend and decided to play defensively. However, it looks like I expected Ryan to push all the way over towards red, try to be aggressive on that base, so that's why I'm just a little confused. I'm just used to Ryan always being this constantly aggressive objective player.
Right now, as Ryan was taken out, you can see these players are starting to set up this overshield outside. Goofy initially had that and fell off the map like we were discussing before. They're really going to need this to come back in this game, so that's a 49 overshield as Pit is starting to be captured. They do have a numbers advantage at this point as Roy's trying to all he can to try and contest his base. Good job, Evil Genius is surrounding the pit, but Panda just overloading it as much as possible.
Gabriel uncertain of which way to look there. Great job by Evil Geniuses collapsing the pit. Looks like Pit does go in the hands of Panda, though. Looks like Evil Geniuses had pushed every single member they had in there, and that's obviously why they were able to take Gabriel down, but all the members of Panda Gaming killing Evil Genius out of the pit and getting control and nearly a full domination.
Yeah, they had a triple cap briefly here. Not going to really make too much of a difference. But Goofy, as you can see in that kill feed, had this all just grabbed a double kill. So potential flag stronghold capture here on blue flag. So they are pushing in. Red base is starting to be contested. Goofy still got plenty of ammo left, but Lunchbox and one of his teammates there will go ahead and stop Goofy.
So we have a triple cap for Panda Gaming right now. However, that's going to change shortly because we see both bases being transferred over to the hands of Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses once again have control, but they're going to want to use these bases as distractions to eventually get control of Pit. So as soon as they see one of the members of Panda Gaming going towards red or blue, you can bet that they're just going to go straight towards Pit and try to capture that.
Yeah, and you can see they did go ahead and pick up Pit here. Stellar grabs a kill. Ninja gets another one. That's going to be numbers advantage. Rory and friends now starting to capture this Pit hill. They're spawning over in tower as they push out. Tries to go for a ground pound. That's not going to work out. Goofy contesting Roy in the middle. Actually, perfect shots. That's not something you see very often. Roy getting out BR'd or out pistoled there when he had that DMR. Still, though, a triple cap in favor of Evil Geniuses, so that's not what you're going to want to see if you're Goofy, knowing you just took out that player. Keep in mind, this overshield is 49, so you want to see these teams make sure they stay away from tower until this overshield is at least spawned.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe bet that whichever team gets control of overshield will probably get control of Pit. It's one of those things that you kind of use that to just take a few shots, take a grenade, and you can jump in Pit and just take so much damage while you create opportunities for your teammates to kill the other players.
All right, now you see several more of Panda being taken out here. It looks like Evil Genius is pushing over once again, probably looking to go for a triple cap here. You do have the new combo in Stellar's hands. He does hit that plasma pistol shot. We'll take and drop that player's shield. Pit once again gets reset here by Evil Geniuses. They are building this lead. It is becoming much more significant here. Great Splinter Nade by Gabriel. You can just completely change the outcome of a fight and be such a distraction here with those weapons. Goofy, once again with that saw, he's had it so many times this game.
Wow, Roy just flying in once again towards pit. I'll switch over to Goofy in a second. He was actually taken out, so we'll stand with Roy. But that was a great play by Roy, noticing that there's 2 players in pit, and he just flew past one of them, got some cover towards bottom tower, and that's where we see Ninja trying to hold and bait pit. And look at this, picks off at least one member, or I almost thought he didn't get him. But at least he got the melee on. What counts is the damage, setting your teammates up, and that's exactly what Ninja did.
Yeah, and they did go ahead and capture the pit, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Neither side base being held as well. Panda does die, or Cloud from Panda does fall. That's 2 members dead here now for Panda, but still a triple cap. If they don't get this base, and now
this one's over, man.
Yeah, this
I
one's
mean,
be
they
over.
have to all dive in pit at this moment, and
Evil Geniuses can just sit in pit and distract, and there won't be enough time
they have
for
the
them
time to
buy.
buy. So. As we say that, though, it seems like they're giving quite a fight, and there's the reset. That's got to be game over. Evil Genius is going to be going up 2-1 in this series. That was a 100-26 victory. It did not seem like it was that lopsided.
Every time Panda did get control of the pit, they just spent too many resources and too many lives to try to do so, and Evil Geniuses was always able to answer back with the capture. They did a good job, I thought, of focusing on Overshield, but like even a better job than Evil Geniuses was doing. But you've got Stellar running around with a plasma pistol. You got the saw in Lunchbox's hands for a period of time that game. And even though Goofy was able to do a lot and rack up a lot of kills with the saw, when you're not, like we said, it's strongholds, not king of the hill. You have to be having map control and already having the strongholds for any kills to really matter.
Yeah, what I took away most from what you were saying is the fact is every single time that Panda Gaming took control of pit, they gave up all their lives in order to do it. So they wouldn't hold pit for very long. And they rarely ever had a trip cap for more than a matter of a few seconds. Mm-hmm. Seems like EG was always on top of stopping that bleeding, getting towards one of the bases, and then they would just rotate and pretty much outmaneuver Panda Gaming. They would always rotate to the opposite base and get both bases to eventually get pit, and they just were one step ahead of Panda Gaming the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, Empire Strongholds is one of those game types where coordination is huge because you saw maybe once or twice from Evil Geniuses that game, but a couple more from Panda where you have players focusing on 2 different strongholds at the same time. And while that can work out and be extremely beneficial, if one of those players dies and you do not get that stronghold, that's a huge loss because you could have either overloaded more than one player in a stronghold, captured it quicker, had a double team. All of a sudden, you're going into the next stronghold down numbers, and the other team obviously still holds at least one stronghold since you were trying to capture it. And that's how they can just overload and pit when you have one player getting caught off guard.
Yeah, so all around bad news for Panda Gaming. Looking up at the round at your screen, we have Truth CTF going up for game number 4. Is it going to be a 3-1 victory for EG, or is Panda Gaming going to bring it to a potential Game 5 on Coliseum Team Slayer? We'll find out here in just a second. My biggest question is Panda Gaming going to just come out the gates from CTF? Like, did they outplay EG on Fathom CTF and CTF in general, or was it just a unfortunate series of events as far as, like, getting counter-capped, getting outplayed during the stalemate situations? What do you think is going to happen here for Panda Gaming versus EG?
So even though Panda did win that game number 1, capture the flag, I feel like with Truth, and we've said it a lot during the Pro League, you just go look at some of these players. You got Lunchbox, Roy, who have been playing on maps like this map or maps similar to it for like literally a decade. So they're very comfortable. They know all the different lines of sight, and there's a huge advantage over newer players.
So you feel like they're not going to be able to get as flustered from some sort of flag being, like counter cap being ran across the map because there's fewer options. They're just so comfortable on this map.
Right. I mean, this is true. It's not midship, obviously, but I mean, the amount of time that the twins, you and I, anybody that started competing.
I have spent probably thousands, no exaggeration, thousands of hours on midship.
Yeah, exactly. So you just know like literally everything about it, and so you do have good odds like that from Panda as well with Ryan Noob and Cloud. Some of these players have been around for a while, but then we're talking about Evil Geniuses here, players that have been winning on this map, winning tournaments on this map for years.
Ryan Noob caught in a tough situation there. Obviously was trying to pull that flag across the map, had done some decent damage to a couple players, but eventually taken down. He wanted to get out that pink side, and unfortunately got caught off on the ledge.
Now Goofy gets dropped by P2. Kind of challenged a little bit too early. His shield had not fully recharged yet. Gets double teamed and dies fouled. Great shots to pick up that kill on Ninja. Knows there's two players top center. Trying his best to help out his teammates. Grabs that beatdown, but will be taking no shields. Goofy helps out his team with a return here as well. Now players spawning P1. Camo is not going to be up here for another minute. Goofy gets in a challenge. It's a 2v1 now here. Goofy does get cleaned up by Lunchbox. Ryan going to answer back here, and that's going to be Pink Tower control over to... Oh, no, he missed the melee.
That's the second time we've seen Ryan Noob on the unfortunate end of a melee situation where we thought he should had gotten the kills a couple different times, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, if he had Spark charged in there, he would have been fine. That was a great heads-up play by Evil Geniuses and Roy, and of course, having that radar helps out too.
Absolutely. Jumping on board with the fan favorite Ninja here. Spawn over at Bubble, which is a clear indicator that there's got to be opponents near your flag. You're generally not just spawn Bubble for no reason. And that's what Evil Geniuses sniff out. They go back towards their base, try to play defense, and taken down by the Storm Rifle, I believe, of Ryan Noob. So we're going to see what Gabriel does with this flag route.
And that was at least 2 dead here for Evil Geniuses. We may be looking at the first flag capture. Actually going over to Panda now. There is going to be a flag pull. You can see that player just gets it out of the window as fast as possible. Jumps up here into the attic. Now Gabriel's going to drop this flag, pick it back up. Now he's not going to be appearing on anyone's screen. They won't know he's exactly here quite yet. Now, who is that? Roy challenging him. He's going to get some help from Pink side. And now the flag gets returned, and that's the first capture going over here to Panda, over to Gabriel here.
Yeah, so Panda Gaming, they did a great job escorting that flag back and taking it slow once they got back, because the other notable part about that is they didn't have to cap and give up control of the map there. In fact, I feel like at the end of that capture, they had more map control because they killed 2 or 3 members of EG who are desperately trying to get that flag recovery.
Oh, and Gabriel just hid beside Pink side of his base for so long. Stellar even tried to check a little bit. Did not see him hiding right below the base. Gabriel jumps up, gets some shots, and throws a great grenade into P Attic. And we'll go ahead and finish off Stellar. It's going to give him a chance to grab P control and get some extra damage down to these Evil Geniuses players. He's got 1 trap below the base. Ryan is going to help him out, try to work it out. There is going to be a flag pull. You can tell, obviously, some call-outs coming. There's a player in our base. Gabriel looking to double back here and contest that, but I'd almost like him to stay at Pink side with Ryan Noob. However, Ryan Noob did have sword, grabbed 1 kill, but then he's going to be taken out.
Yeah, I like this play, especially since the flag's tossed towards Bomb Center. At this point, he just needs to have a line of sight on the flag to make a player from Evil Genius pay with their life if they're going to touch that flag. But Gabriel eventually taken down, and Ryan Noob doing what he does best is going for counter pulls. So he realizes that that flag is pretty vulnerable Bomb Center. Rather than put himself in a do-or-die situation, jumping Bomb Center for that flag recovery, he's going to bring the flag out towards Carbine, because his teammates are all spawning Bubble, and they're just going to go for a stalemate situation.
Yeah, and that Ryan Noob had sword, got a trade, came off spawn on Car, immediately ran to the flag and got a pull. So it's a great job by Ryan Noob, adding that extra pressure here to Evil Geniuses, but Evil Geniuses is doing a great job of holding them off still.
Yeah, Gabriel seemingly not... He doesn't seem to know exactly where the opponents are coming from. You saw him rotating back and forth from Pink to Car side. Right now, Gabriel ideally just wants to be near Pink side blue or Car side blue. He does not want to just sit blue too, because it's more of an indicator of opponents collapsing in from either side that he's unaware of.
I can't believe he just got that kill. That was the perfect grenade, no shields. That's one of the abilities of Splinter Nades. And when it spawns in that P Attic, that's why you see players go up there all the time. That nade can be ridiculous. And wow,
he sneaks that flag in real quick as he's dying. He gives that dying wish of putting that flag capture in. Now Evil Genius is down 2-0. Are they going to be able to do a reverse sweep here on this map and get 3 caps in a row? It's going to be tough seeing the way that Panda Gaming is playing, because they're absolutely dominating. Every single mistake EG makes, Panda Gaming takes advantage of. Yeah, they run a counter cap. They get control of the map. And looking at Ninja right now, this is exactly what EG needs if they want to get back in this game. But like I said, I just feel like Panda Gaming in general are just capitalizing on every mistake EG makes. And there it is again. Ninja revealed himself a little too early, it felt like, and Panda Gaming punishing for it.
Now, they do have several members being taken out here. That's actually 3. Make that 4 if Gabriel gets killed. That is going to be 4 down here. First player coming off spawn is spawning now below the base. This is going to be a really good opportunity. This is Evil Genius's flag to give up if they're not able to put this one in. And if Panda has anything to say about this, I think Gabriel's dying wish when he capped that second flag may in fact be to take EG to game 5.
Well, great run by Lunchbox. I especially like the fact that he stopped at Bomb Car when he didn't have shield, and you saw even nades fly in there. That player who was throwing nades across the map, I'm sure paid with their life. And look at this. EG capping the flag and keeping map control. So it wasn't just a one and done sort of thing. They're still setting themselves up in good position to potentially get a second capture.
Ryan Noob grabs a kill. There was a player weak car side. They did not know Sword was car 1. This is a really good job to be able to push out. They might be able to get a flag pull here.